reality of what I see having a custody business and what I talk about on the phone. You know, grown men crying, breaking down when they realise that it's not fixable what's happened. So there's huge responsibility with self-custody, and I think it's a journey to it that we can all, I think everyone should start the journey, okay, and we move into it by starting small, and as you get more experience and comfortable, you can build your allocation in your self-custody, but it's not all or nothing, I don't think, because it's your responsibility, and you own your own pension. So collaborative multi-sig, I'll just finish on, just to give people a little insight into that. And why I think if you're going to self-manage your pension yourself, that this is the best solution. And you could say, well, that's biased, Dinny, because you're an advisor for the Bitcoin Advisor, which I am. But I was a customer before I was an advisor. It's when I spoke to Peter on my podcast and I learned about it, I was like, that sounds like a really good solution. And some really smart people are starting to realise that as well. Knut, I think, has been the most recent Bitcoin advisor to come on board, author of Everything Divided by 21 Million, is that right? I think so. So, how that works is, just to give you a quick little idea of it, you have your own key, your wallet, your ledger, your Trezor, your cold card, whatever. Unchained, if you're using their proprietary software, they have a key, and the Bitcoin advisor holds a key. The key to me is that they're two separate companies. They can't be the same entity. Okay, so you hold your pension, you're in control of it, but the beauty of this is, and this is what really spoke to me, is there's no single point of failure. With holding one key, all your Bitcoin behind one key, it is a single point of failure, and I've seen that be broken so many times that it terrifies me to be in that situation of it. And a lot of the people in this room will take their custody really seriously, and you're probably fully competent to hold it within that single point of failure. But I just compare myself to, like, I think I'm retail. You know, I'm just a normal person with no financial training, and I'm not super organised. I have a million things going on, so I don't have time to devote my whole life to just cussing my Bitcoin. It's like the minimum, just get it done. I want to go ride motorbikes or whatever, have the crack, which is most people, okay? And that's why we need to be in a position where we can't screw it up. Whatever we do, it's really difficult to lose my Bitcoin, no matter what I do. Even if some scammer rings me up and I give him my private key, I post it to him, okay? I meet him and I hand it to him. I still can't lose my Bitcoin. And that's, I think, the beauty of this situation. If anyone would like to find out more, actually I'm almost out of time, so I better get out of here. You can come up and talk to me, I'll be floating about for the day, or drop me an email or anything. But they're your four options. But the most important thing, I think, is that you start accumulating, okay? And you don't lose it. Because really that's the only job. Our wealth will be measured by the amount of Bitcoin we own in the future. Most people in the room have gotten there, and if you haven't, perhaps during this conference you'll start to move closer to understanding that. So therefore, there's three phases to it, and the first one is to accumulate. Okay, and if you haven't reached a figure that retires you, then you're still in the accumulation strategy. And if you have reached a figure that retires you, but you don't want to spend the money, and you're still earning money, you have a problem. What do you do with the money? Accumulate Bitcoin. Guys, it's been awesome to start up. I'm looking forward to catching up with everyone and chatting to everyone as the day goes on. You're all super welcome. If you're not following Bitcoin with Dinny on social media, give us now a like or a follow there. Stress the index finger, as I just say in the camera. But thanks very much. I'm really looking forward to an awesome day with some awesome speakers on here. Dinny out.
Okay, thanks a lot there, Dinny. A few people there got a bit more of an insight into Bitcoin basics maybe, and a bit about how to set up a Bitcoin pension strategy. Next we have Alan Bryden. He's going to be talking about Bitcoin and businesses. And come on up, Alan. Yeah. We've got a lot of speakers on today, okay? Come on, thank you.
Cheers. Hopefully this mic's working. It is. It sounds okay. Well, firstly, thanks for inviting me here today to speak, Lawrence, and thank you very much. Sorry, speak to the mic. Today I'm just going to be talking a little bit about Bitcoin and business in Ireland. Yeah, okay. So to start off, just a little bit about myself. My name's Alan Bryden. I am an optometrist and an owner of Bryden Opticians. I opened my practice in 2007 after moving home. Couldn't get work, so I just decided to create my own work. And sort of a general thing for myself, I like to do other things outside my business. So I started a few multiple online businesses in 2017. and I got really involved in online marketing, online space, and then I became aware of Bitcoin in 2017. And this was actually randomly at an online marketing course where it was I think November, December time, it was the start of the bull run at that point, and a lot of people in the room got excited. So I got sort of interested in the space. Unfortunately, made a few mistakes, got involved in the crypto scene, and you learn from your hard lessons. But I became Bitcoin only in 2020 and started accepting payments in 2022. I think for myself and for a lot of business owners, 2020 was a turning point. COVID came along, lockdowns happened. You had a lot of time to think. I had about 3.5 months where I was closed. So I started to think, well, we're closed, the whole world's pretty much in lockdown. Where's all this money come from? They're printing trillions of dollars. Where's it coming from? So I kind of went down a rabbit hole in finance and money, and then it really opened my eyes to the whole world of how things actually work. And I think, well, that's one of the things as a business owner, it's actually had that personal journey, learning about what money is and understanding that. Because I went for 13 years running my business, literally not knowing anything about money. I had my head down, I was working hard, but I just didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to save money. It's the same thing you're told from school. Well, you're not taught anything in school regarding finance, but you're told to save. That's the general consensus, but it doesn't work in this environment. It simply doesn't work. So I wanted to spend more time in the Bitcoin space, and in doing that, I started a podcast recently. It's very early stages. I've interviewed a few business owners who accept Bitcoin, and just to get a bit of their stories, just to feel sort of what's happening on the ground. And within my own business, I started an eyewear range recently called Huddle Eyewear, and a Sats for Sight initiative, which I'll talk about at the end of the presentation briefly. So that's just a little bit about me. And also, I'm a husband, I'm a father, and again, just to touch on this, becoming a father was one of the major pivotal turning points for me as well in life. You become a father, you take on more responsibility, but as a husband, as a dad, as a man, I suppose, in the world, you feel that pressure to actually provide for your family. And as I said here, the pursuit of wealth and financial security for my family brought with it an incredible weight on my shoulders. And I think it possibly resonates for a lot of people here in the room today. This actually would become detrimental to my own health, my marriage, and a lot of relationships in my life. At a point in time, my marriage was very close to ending, and it was all based around stress from finance. And I didn't realize at the time, but I was basically working exponentially harder for a currency that's growing exponentially weaker. And when you start to understand that, I didn't understand that at the time for 13 odd years, and that was having a major impact. So I was spending a lot of time, not with my family, trying to work, trying to create new businesses, trying to do new things, but not really knowing how to work the system. And at times I wasn't present. So that's just kind of an entry to where I've been and the journey I've been on. Is there any business owners in the room today? Any small business owners, entrepreneurs? So quite a few. So I just wrote this the other night as a business owner, just kind of thinking about, with Bitcoin, your journey as a business owner, first of all, it's usually a personal journey and learning about finance, and then you're introduced to Bitcoin. You end up going down a rabbit hole, but once you kind of get an idea of the two concepts, things start to become clear. But as a business owner, you're a small business owner doing your absolute best to succeed, but the rising overhead costs and increasing life expenses are putting a huge stress on your business and your life. You want to create the best life for your family, but are now being forced to speculate on higher risk investment opportunities in trying to keep your head above water, when in fact it's threatening your financial future. And it's kind of what Dinny was touching on as well. Like you're trying to put your money in a lot of speculative assets